Hi everyone, I'm Magdalena Ngongo. I'm from Artawacana Christian University, Indonesia. I'm going to present my article under the title Investigating Mood System and Structure in Mark Gospel Text, Janji Baru using Kupang Malay. This article consists of 5. Those are introduction, underlying theory, method, findings and discussion, and it is ended by conclusion and suggestion. Introduction. One of the functions of language is to exchange experience among participants. Concerning to the exchange of experience, there are two basic types of speaking, namely giving information and demanding information. That's according to Halliday and Mattison. In giving information, tenor will offer or state something, and in demanding, speaker or tenor will ask something or ask someone to do something. Therefore, in exchanging experience, speaker does not just offer or state information, but also ask some information and ask other speaker to do something. Offering and stating something imply that speaker will ask something as response to his or her statement. There are two questions that be discussed in this article. The first one is, what are the mood system and structure of text in Mark Gospel of Kupang Malay language? The second is, how does mood realize interpersonal metafunction of meaning? And what is the function of the interpersonal metafunction of meaning in text? We come to the underlying theory. Theory of systemic functional linguistics developed from the work of Halliday. 1985, 1944, 2004, and 2014. That has conception of language as a set of resources that enable speaker to exchange meanings. This theory concerned to the function as the fundamental property of language that enable human beings to build a mental pictures of reality, to make sense of what goes on around them and inside them. In other words, this theory describes how language functions in use, and it uses text as its approach to analyze language. Research method. So this study was descriptive. The written data were taken from the Bible, New Testament of Kupang Malay language that is called Janji Baru. And then it focused on Gospel of Mark that consists of 16 chapters. Data were transcribed, identified, and analyzed following analytical procedure techniques that based on the functional grammar, that focus on the level of lexicogrammatical, in which mood system as one important features realizing interpersonal meaning. It also covers additional information in clauses known as adjunct, either mood or command adjunct. The result of the analysis is presented by using formal, informal method and combining formal and informal method. Findings. There are 3 here. That's a mood system, mood structure, interpersonal, metafunction of meaning. Okay, we are going to see each of them relating to the findings and discussion. Relating to mood system and structure, mode of text. Okay, mood system and structure, mood structure that is indicative, consists of indicative and imperative. Indicative consists of declarative and interrogative. And then declarative consists of exclamation and affirmative, while interrogative consists of yes, no, interrogative, and WH interrogative. Relating to the imperative, the structure of that is predicate, or predicate precede complement, or subject precede predicate. And declarative, that is subject precede predicate, and exclamation words precede subject and followed by predicate, or exclamation words precede subject and followed by predicate and followed by exclamation words. While affirmative, the structure is subject, precede predicate. And then relating to the interrogative, yes, no interrogative, subject, precede predicate, and WH interrogative, in that case, subject precede predicate and followed by question words, or question words precede subject and followed by predicate. Relating to the declarative type in which subject precede predicate. For example, in Mark 8 verse 5, in Malay Kupang, Ma Yesus tanya sang dong bilang bosong pung roti ada berapa banyak? Dong menyau bilang, Papa, betong ada simpan cuma 7 buah sang. So the declarative here, Papa, betong ada simpan roti cuma 7 buah. So they have subject, Papa, betong, and then predicate, and then complement. So here the structure that is smooth, that Papa betong, and then residue that ada simpan roti cuma 7 buah. So Father, we only keep 7 pieces of bread. Relating to the yes-no interrogative type, that is subject precede predicate. In Mark 14 verse 41, in Malay Kupang, dia bilang, bosong masih tidur lagi ko. So here, the example, ko is the mark of the question. So the end of ko, it is stated at the end of the sentence. So here, the structure, betong, that is smooth, and residue, masih tidur lagi, and then that is residue, and then ko here relating to the mark of the yes-no interrogative. Do you sleep again? Yeah. Next, the example in Mark 18 verse 67b, in Malay Kupang, tadi lucu ada iko sama-sama dengan Yesus itu orang Nazaret toh. So here there is another mark of Kupang Malay. They state the to at the end of the sentence. We know that if it is ended by to, that is a question. So that is interrogative type. So ko and to, that is the mark. Okay, a mark for the interrogative. So residue, that is at the time, and then predicate here, predicate and complement, and then mood, that is lu, and then yes, no interrogative, the mark of yes and no interrogative, that is to. So in Kupang Malay, they have ko and to as the mark of the yes, no interrogative. We come to the WH interrogative. So it is, they have the structure subject, precede predicate, and followed by question words, or question words precede predicate and followed by the subject. For example, Bapak tua omong apa itu, that is in Mark 8 verse 16. So omong apa itu, Bapak tua omong apa itu. So what did Father say? What did Father say? So mood, subject, Bapak tua, and among apa itu, that is residue. So here we see that sentence, they have that among apa, that is question words. We can see that it is stated between predicate and complement. The other example in Mark 8 verse 12, question words precede question word precede subject and followed by predicate and then followed by complement. So aku rangko, bosong minta tanda heran. So aku rangko, that is a question word. Why? So why do you ask sign? So aku rang. So in Kupang Malay they use the why, that is aku rangko. So ko, when we put ko at the end of the sentence, that is yes, no interrogative. But when we put aku rangko, the two words here, that is for question words. Imperative type, imperative exclusive, subject is none there. Okay, for example, dengar baik-baik, listen carefully. So here only residue here, predicate, listen carefully. The other In Mark 15, verse 14, bikin mati sang dia. Bikin mati sang dia, that is predicate, bikin mati, and then complement, that is sang dia. So here only residue. Imperative, inclusive, in which subject, subject precede predicate and followed by complement. Mari ketong picari tempat sunyi. Let's go to find silent place. So mari ketong, that is subject, picari predicate, tempat sunyi, complement. So residue here, picari tempat sunyi. And then mood, that is mari ketong. Exclamation type, the other, in Mark 2, verse 12b, judong semua tengah ngaku bilang, awi, botong baru pernah lihat yang begini, oh. So when we see this sentence, awi, that is question, exclamation words, and then botong, that is subject, and baru pernah lihat, predicate, complement, yang begini, oh. So the exclamation here, that's awi. Oh, we just ever look like this. This text only cover modality. So the modality here, they have musti, and then musti, and then musti betul-betul. So they have musti or other musti betul-betul. So that can be only just use musti, or you can use musti betul-betul. For example, by Elia, musti datang dulu baru Kristus datang. Grandfather Elia must first come, then Christ came. The other, dia pun hidup mesti betul-betul jadi sama kayak orang kece. So here his life must really like a small people here. Okay, they have musti and musti betul-betul. The other, they have modal mangkali. Okay, mangkali, dia omong begitu. So they have the modal, ya, mangkali. So in this case, the structure, mood, and residue. He might say that. Padahal cuma kepala agama yang boleh makan. So they have other mangkali and boleh. So in modalization, they have mangkali and musti. And modalization in text concerning two obligation, permission, or inclination are usually by adding word betul-betul to the word must. So they have must, that is musti betul-betul. Must as the example that we mentioned before. Modalization in text were always used by Jesus Christ, while modulation was used by Jesus' followers or Pharisees people. So modality in this text, the use of modality in text enable tenor to state or explain message that can or cannot be done by using varieties of probability, usuality, or frequency. Tenor also state and explain something whether it can or cannot be done. The use of modality also enable tenor to exchange experience using varieties of obligation such as musti, betul-betul, must or have to, boleh, can, mangkali, may or might be. These varieties of obligation are used by tenors to do what are asked or demanded. Adjunct. So in adjunct in this sentence can be they use modal adjunct and adverbial adjunct. Yeah, we come to the meta function of interpersonal meaning. Interpersonal components are associated with mood, modality, and personal. These functions are realized in varieties ways, such as the use of first person, second person, or the use of different imperative type of mood, indicative type of mood, and polarity. It was aimed to give information, to get information, and to state idea, purposes relating to command, advice, suggestion given by tenor or speaker, Jesus Christ and his followers, and decision chosen by other tenors or participants such as Jesus' followers and Pharisees people. Therefore, interpersonal resources were used to get and share information who Jesus Christ was, though it, followers of Jesus Christ, got understanding and trusting Jesus as the Son of God. We come to that conclusion. Mood realizes interpersonal metafunction of meaning in text. Mood are used by tenor consists of declarative type, interrogative, and imperative types. Each type of mood in clauses has mood structure. The use of mood system realizes interpersonal metafunction of meaning in text. This function was aimed to give information, to get information or state idea, opinion relating to the decision whether tenor follows what being asked or ordered or not. Interpersonal resources were used to get and share information who Jesus Christ was. Through it, followers of Jesus Christ got understanding and trusting Jesus as the Son of God. Recommendation: it is recommended to other researchers to enrich this study by searching or studying mood system in varieties of text by including appraisal system. Because appraisal system, it is included in the mood. So when we include appraisal system, I think that can that more information that can be gotten by the readers. It also suggested that texts that are going to be studied can also be spoken text in order to analyze its context or situation, such as in educational setting, school setting, and the other. Okay, everyone, I think that's all my presentation. Thank you for your participation, and then I wait for the question. Thank you.